So it is quite a few because 100 musicians. So you have, so in an orchestra, there are different sections. We don't look at it as instruments. So you've got like a violin section 1, which is a bunch of violin players. Violin section 2, which is also a bunch of violin players. Then you have the viola. Then you have the cellos, and then you have the double bass. The cellos and double bass are the really big-looking violins. And then you have the brass, which is the metal instruments, the wind instruments. And then you have the horns. So we have 8 French horns, which is what gives it its huge sound. And then we have woodwinds, which is your flutes and stuff like that. And then you have your percussion section, and you have your choir. So basically, this is what has constituted this entire orchestra.
Ricky, just
and a harp, I forgot. Yeah, one harpist, yeah.
I have a question here, so...
Yeah, Roman, yeah.
First of all, congratulations, it's beautiful. We've heard so many Philharmonic versions, and this one it's very full. So
yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Something that really stood out is the vocal piece towards the end is sung completely by non-Indians.
Yeah.
Irony is not lost on us. The idea that you shot it in UK and we had non-Indians singing it. So was that something you did on purpose? Like them celebrating the independence of India? In many ways, it's very evocative, to have non-Indian voices sing it. Also similar to what you did last year. So was that something you consciously thought of, or?
It's difficult for me to answer that question because for me, the main reason why I had the voices was to bring out the bigness in the end. And I felt that the Jaya Hai was very important for us to incorporate that. And they got the pronunciations pretty quickly. Like I'll be putting out a making of video soon. So where there you'll be able to see that I just had to get them to repeat the Jaya Hai about twice, and then they got the exact pronunciation because the UK tongue goes to Jaya Hai. That's what they normally do. So I had to tell them that it's more like a J-U-Y-A, Jaya Hai, and they got it pretty much immediately. So it wasn't that it had to be a Western voice or a UK voice. It was that they were part of the Philharmonic. So basically, utilize that entire ensemble. So the voices, the way that I look at it is that it's not lyrical. I look at it as being part of the instrumentation itself. And it brings that, it brings a goosebumps moment in the end, with the voices, yeah.
On that note, one of your previous anthems, Jaya Kannadathai,
yeah.
Are you planning to redo that anytime soon?
Because I hope to, because I've already done 2 versions of it. I hope to do another one, and I perform it quite often on stage too. Yeah. Sure. So yeah, on a different note, Rommel had conducted one of my first ever interviews in my life in 2007, I think. So it's quite amazing that he still tolerates me. And he still has questions to ask.
Congratulations, first of all. And Independence Day is around the corner, and I would like to congratulate for creating such a masterpiece. Since I belong from a defense background of India, and I would like to ask you one generic question. Do you take pride after creating this masterpiece?
I'm generally a very proud Indian. So I'm generally that way. So for me, the national anthem is sacrosanct, and it needs to have a lot of respect. And that's the reason why whenever I do a version of the national anthem, it's always the 52, 53-second version. I don't take liberties with the national anthem. So even in this one, even though it is as creative as I can get, I'm not taking liberties with it. I'm not slowing it down and and changing the melody and all of that stuff. I'm keeping the melody intact because for me that is absolutely sacrosanct. And for me, I do not want to deviate from that at all. But yeah, the thing is that I guess right now I've not had a moment to sit down and revel in this and take some pride in it because it's been non-stop action since because I landed in Delhi. Was it yesterday? Yeah. So yesterday I landed in Delhi from London, and yesterday in the morning, and then I had a similar press conference. No, it was Mumbai, sorry, yeah. Yeah, so I landed in Mumbai yesterday, and I had a similar press conference over there in the afternoon. And then in the evening I had a concert in Mumbai. And then I landed over here in the morning. And then I had some engagements in the morning, and then now I'm doing this. So basically, I'll probably get some sleep only after this releases. But the thing is that since there's no major label support for this, and it's not like this is with a T-Series or something like that. It's basically completely 100% self-funded. There is no corporate entity involved. Only the generosity of people like Leela, for doing these press conferences, but no corporate entity is involved. There is no branding involved, 0 branding on this particular thing. So the only way we can get this spread far and wide is everybody chip in, everybody posted on the social media. As I said, that I do not want it to be like it's on my YouTube and all of y'all share a link, or it's on my Instagram and everybody share a link or whatever. Please share it on your own social media. That's what I want it to be. And even if you want to have a note before it, like have a short video of you describing the anthem and then do the anthem, that's also totally fine. But just try to spread this version of the national anthem far and wide so that this becomes sort of like a definitive version and not what is played in the theaters today, So.
Absolutely. You have made us proud before, and you will be doing that again and again.
Now, talking about defense, we've done quite a few concerts for the army. The greatest concert, at least what I consider to be the greatest concert of my life, was in Kargil Divas, celebrating 20 years of Kargil Divas in 2019.
Okay, I have a short note to add to this. Is my father is a Kargil War veteran.
Wow,
so,
amazing.
I come from that background. So I know what it means to listen to the Indian National Anthem.
Yeah.
Every time I listen to it, it gives me a lot of goosebumps.
Yeah.
And right now, you're saying just the right thing. Thank you so much for creating
So
this.
Kargil Divas, we had performed for celebrating 20 years of Kargil Divas, and we did this performance in Leh at an elevation of 12,000 feet with the Shanti Stupa as my backdrop, with 12,000 army soldiers wearing uniform in front of me as my audience, a 2-hour concert. It was easily the greatest experience ever of my life. And then we've done a lot of other concerts for the army at the MEG Center in Jodhpur and a bunch of other places. So performing for the army has always been an absolute privilege for me. Thank you. Sure. It was about 3 months. Yeah, her question was that how long did it take for me to come up with this arrangement? Of course, the composition is not mine. The composition is Rabindranath Tagore's. But for me, I've just decorated it in a completely different way. So yeah, it took me about 3 months to do this, because you have to write all the parts for all the different sections and all the different instruments. Those sheets need to be kept in front of the musicians and they play it. So it's quite a complicated thing. There are people who can do it faster, but for me, I took my own sweet time, and I also had a friend of mine in Nashville to help me out with this. So basically that. To answer your question, it was about 3 months of work.
Brilliant. I have one more question. What is the next top theme that you're working on for your music?
So I'm coming up with another album with Stuart Copeland, the drummer of the Police. One of the said to Rolling Stone has called him the greatest drummer in the history of music. He just so the last album that I did, which won 2 Grammys, was Divine Tides with him, and we're releasing another album on the 18th of this month. So it's an album called Beyond Borders. So that album will be releasing on the 18th. So that's the next thing. But talking about the anthem itself, now the thing is that I think the national anthem evokes a lot of pride in us Indians, and I believe that that this is a very good way to spread our national anthem internationally. Of having these collaborations with musicians from all over the world, and hopefully that's what I keep saying this, but I'm hoping that this becomes sort of like a definitive version that everybody go to when they have to play the national anthem.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.